Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use this whole new foundation we have just built, right? It's like everything you knew. It's like forget everything you knew. It's not. That's a bit of an exaggeration. The right-angled triangle's hiding in there, right? It's just we don't need to draw him anymore. I'm going to show you how you can use this knowledge to expand our use of trigonometry immensely, okay? Just by using the lens of these questions that are in 905, okay? So let's just have a look at the first question. We'll just do one example, and then actually you guys are going to help me because I'm not going to go back and forth. We'll do one example from each of the questions just so you can see how it works, okay? So I think in 1A, they tell you values for sine A and cos A. They tell you that, right? What are they?
60 over 109.
Thank you, and?
91 over 109.
Thank you very much. So they give you these two values. They draw no triangle. They don't tell you about any triangle, but we now understand that's because you don't have to have a triangle to use trigonometry, okay? Which is kind of mind-blowing because it's all about triangle measurement. So there's no triangle here. Then they ask you for tan A. Now, we need to think, okay, well, if we're not defining tan A as opposite on adjacent because there's no triangle, how else do we define it? Look up. Tan is redefined as sine on cos. Okay? Well, I know what sine and cos are equal to. They just supplied me those values. So therefore, sine on cos, look at what happens to the denominators. The denominators are just going to cancel. So you get left with 60 on 91. Full stop. That's it. Okay? No triangle required. Right? Because that's sine on cos. The 109s are just going to cancel each other out. That's why I don't write them. Okay? So you can see trigonometry is now expanding beyond just the confines of a triangle. Okay? Let's have a look at another one. 2a. Okay, we're going to do a few here because we're going to need to think about this one. So sine, what is it? Sine 95. Okay, now, by the way, to help us answer these next questions, you're actually going to need to draw another little, this one can be smaller, another little Cartesian plane below where we did this big one, so this doesn't have to be as huge. You don't have to actually even draw a circle on it, so we'll come to that in a minute. Look at 2a. Can you read the wording of the question for me? Read the wording. It says, state whether each acute or obtuse angle is positive or negative. Now, you don't even understand that question yet, because, like, how does that make sense? All of the angles, like, they're all positive, aren't they? What they mean is sine of the angle positive, or is cos of the angle positive? Okay, so let me help you understand. Actually, I'm not even going to write an equal sign. Shh. Okay. Come back to your original circle. Okay. Think about this angle now, 95 degrees. It can't be in a triangle that's right angled, but it can be on the unit circle. Where would 95 degrees be? Think about it. Now, what I'm going to do is in fact, I'll use this. I'm going to start, like my definition says, I'm going to start from the positive x-axis, here it is, and then I'm going to rotate 95 degrees, and I'm rotating anti-clockwise. Okay? So off I go, I hit 45 around there, and then I've hit 90 here, and so 95 is just a little bit further. Do you agree? Okay, now think about it. I'm just going to draw an approximation for where it is. Let's say 95 is like here. Okay. Sine of 95 is one of the coordinates of this point. Which coordinate is it? X or Y? It's the Y coordinate. Okay. So you can see, I don't know what the actual value is, but clearly the Y coordinate is up. So it's a positive number. Do you agree? It's positive. So sine of 95, I don't know what its actual number is, but the question only wants to know, is it positive or is it negative? Well, it's up. It's above the x-axis, so clearly it's positive. Can I just do one more question before you run so that you actually do these? Have a look at, let's do C. Let's do C. Tan of, what's the angle? 153. Okay, now, I promise this will be really quick, just so I know you got to get out of here, so do I. 153. Where is 153? Well, you start here and you start to go around, right? Now, where will 153 be? It should be somewhere around here, I guess, ish, right? Now, tan, think. Tan is sine over cos. Do you agree? Right? Well, if it's sine over cos, is sine positive or negative over here? It's positive, because look, it's up, right? What about cos? Is cos positive or negative over here? It's the x-coordinate, and this is on the left, so it's negative. So you've got a positive divided by a negative. What's that? There's your answer. Okay?